Darshan Thank you, Krishna Priya Didi. Thank you. Dandavat pranams. Hare Krishna, everyone. Dandavat pranams. Thank you for joining the second day of this Zoom glorification for our dear Gurudev Shishupad Bhaktivedanta Van Goswami Maharaj for the occasion of his Vyasa Puja, which is happening on January 2nd. As Krishna Priya Didi sang this beautiful bhajan, Jai Jai Shri Guru Prema Kalpataru, I would like to take opportunity and read the meaning of this bhajan in English. All glories to Shri Guru, the desire tree of Prem, whose manifestation is most astonishing. With effulgent moonbeams of knowledge, he destroys the vast darkness of ignorance in the heart. His eyes are the abode of bliss. Seeing a person as fallen as me, this personality voluntarily gave me Harinam, even without me asking. I am weak and helpless, and my mind is constantly absorbed in mundane matters. I do not possess even one iota of devotional merit. Yet, he still instructs me about Sri Vrindavan and the treasure of bhajan of the divine couple. Showering the world with pure nectar of Gaur Prem, Shri Guru fulfills everyone's hopes. Having not developed rati for his lotus feet, this Vaishnava Dasa weeps. So that's this beautiful meaning of this bhajan, helping us to understand the role of Shri Guru, and it very well describes the relationship with our own Gurudev. And keeping these words and their meaning in our hearts, we will now invite our first speaker to begin, who is Arjun Chakadat. And I see you are here, Prabhu, so please go ahead. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Hare Krishna. Om Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yotpat Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaisvansam Shri Rupam Sagyatam Sagar Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Sadyatam Savadutam Parjam Satam Krishna Chetan Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagar Lalta Shri Vishakhan Vedans Om Agyantimarandasya Gyananjan Salakaya Chachurulvitam Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah Namah Om Vishnupadaya Shri Gaur Pishta Bhutare Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Panet Namne Vandeyam Bhakshakoram Gauranga Nijapishnam Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Vanastapyam Shri Radha Ek Nisam Rasayana Kathamritam Sankirtanam Anandham Goswaminam Vanam Namah Namah Om Vishnupadaya Shri Radhakai Priyatmane Srimati Bhaktivedanta Shri Narayan Goswami Et Namne Namah Om Vishnupadaya Shri Keshvaya Priyatmane Srimati Bhaktivedanta Shri Bhavan Goswami Et Namne Namah Om Vishnupadaya Shri Krishna Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namastudyam Namah Om Vishnupadaya Shri Acharya Singh Rupade Srimati Bhakti Priyan Keshav Goswami Iti Namne Namah Om Vishnupadaya Shri Krishna Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namne Namo Gaur Kishoraya Sachi Dwarag Murte Biplam Rasam Mode Padam Bhajayati Namah Namo Bhaktinodaya Sachidar Namne Gaur Saksharupaya Rupano Varayate Gaura Prabha Bhumi Islam Nirteshtam Sajan Priya Bhashta Sabham Shri Jagannathaya Iti Namah Vancha Kaltarasya Kripa Sindhe Evacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namah नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चेतन नामने गौर शिव नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंदे जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांति राधा कांत नमस्तुते ताप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वांसुदे देवी प्रणमाम हरप्रिये वृंदाय तुलसी देव्ये प्राय केशवस्य चा केशवक्पदे देवी सत्यवते नमो नमः भक्ता विहीना अपराध लक्ष्य क्षिप्ता शिका मादे तारंग मध्ये कृपामयी त्वां शरणं प्रपन्ना वृंदे नमस्ते चढ़ारिविंदम वृंदे नमस्ते चढ़ारिविंदम वृंदे नमस्ते चढ़ारिविंदम श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. At the outset, we offer my uncountable dandavat to my beloved Srila Gurudev. Om Vishnupad Ashtota Sasimat Paramhans Srimad Bhaktivedanta Van Goswami Maharaj, followed by we offer my uncountable danvat to Om Nitrila Praveshnom Vishpat Ashtota Sat Bhaktinta Sila Narayan Goswami Maharaj, followed by Param Gurudev Om Nitrila Praveshnom Vishpat Ashtota Sat Bhaktinta Sila Bhavan Goswami Maharaj, and rest of the Guru Parampara, Rupanu Guru Parampara, followed by all the devotees, organizer, and my God brothers and God sisters all over globe. We offer my Danvat respectively. It is wonderful platform, and we thank you so much for the organizing such a beautiful things to glorify the beloved Srila Gurudev. Though I have no qualification to glorify my Gurudev, because our Gurudev is rarest of rare. To my life, basically, I have seen so many saints. I met so many Acharya also. But what is different in my Gurudev is really impressive and attractive. So many Acharya, they basically speak, they preach the Hari Katha and all things written in the books, written in the Granths. But our Gurudev basically speaks, but he basically directly take to the real story or real happenings of that time. For example, when Gurudev basically say about the Hari Katha, say about Hari Krishna, say about Krishna, he says the Nand, the son of Nand, a 3 years old son of Nand, walking in the courtyard of Nand Baba and Yashoda Maya without wearing the clothes, having a kandhani in his waist and a pile in his feet. Oh, he took me to that point, basically, where actual things, actual Leela is taking place, actual Leela is taking shape. Similarly, whenever he talk about the gopis, whenever he talk about the Radharani and the Ashaki, similar incidents he places, he gives. Many examples there. Everybody knows my Gurudev have no rest. His Hari Katha is the only rest. He traveling worldwide, day and night, 24/7 and 365. Having a rarest of the rest, basically around 4 hours, 3 hours, sometimes that is also not possible. And he never tires. Whenever any devotee approach him, he listen him calmly and resolve the issues. So I don't want to say basically the things that everybody knows. I mean, all of my God brothers and sisters knows about the Gurudev's qualities. But I would like to say something basically to my Gurudev. Kindly Gurudev, accept me. He already accepted me, but I pray him to kindly keep me under the dust of his lotus feet and grace me with the pure bhakti. Because Gurudev's only one intention, many times people ask the question, I also fortunate to ask the question, Gurudev, what is the most important things that you wish to have or you wanted to have from your disciples? What is the important thing, most important thing that you wanted to have from your disciples? He said, I don't need anything. The most auspicious desire is we can have one pure devotee of Lord Krishna, pure devotee. That is his ultimate wish. And we are so unfortunate that we are engaged in Maya, we are engaged in this and that, and not able to, come to the expectation of my Gurudev. Even though he is supporting us, He is helping us, He is giving us the true support, guiding us, providing the Krishna Bhakti. But even then, we are diverting here and there. We have few words basically that I made to my beloved Gurudev. Can I say like that? Srila Gurudev, you enter my life like the valiant sun, quelling the darkest of storms that churn within my heart. Your nectar-filled words appeared as luminous rays, shattering the darkness of my heart. My beloved Srila Gurudev, when I was bound in the serpentine coils of material existence, you appeared as mighty Garuda, freeing me from my bonds and bestowing upon me the Amrita of Sri Krishna holy name. My ever well-wisher Srila Gurudev, though I was like a rebellious child, out of your causeless mercy, you dragged me away by force from the temptation of this world of illusions, just as a mother does with her child when it goes astray. O reservoir of Sri Gaura Hari's love, though I have doubted you and made countless offenses to your lotus-like feet, you continue to bestow your infinite compassion on me and hold me close just as a mother cow keeps close her calf. Srila Gurudev, O ocean of mercy, please forgive the sins and offenses of this lowliest servants of your lotus feet. O embodiment of Sri Nityananda's mercy, I am the most fallen of souls and the greatest of sinners. But if you desire, you can easily liberate me from this most pitiful state, just as Nitai Sundar's grace saved the fallen Madhai. Please have mercy on this most precious of soul. This is my humble plea. Dearest servant of Sri Sri Radha Ramodarji, when my eyes sting from not beholding the beautiful form of the son of Nand, it is the cool mascara of your dust of your lotus feet which brings them relief. May that same holy dust adorn my head always. O most merciful Master, Srila Gurudev, but what shall bring coolness to my burning heart, which rests in separation from you? Who else but you can be the cooling waters from which my soul can drink? Your thoughts are its clarity, and your nectar-filled words are its sweetness. Please be merciful and grant me your association. For a moment, without your presence, is as though many countless ages have passed. Arjun Sakhadas says, indeed the Gurudev is savior of one's soul. Crossing the plane of material suffering without the Gurudev is like a crossing a stormy sea by boat without a boatman to guide its voyage safely. O my beloved Gurudev, forgive my offenses and hold me close to your lotus feet, for without your mercy, the seed of Sri Krishna Prem within my heart will never take root. Please bless me with your love of Sri Radha lotus feet, for they are my very life and soul. Gurudev, wherever you are always with me. Kindly listen my prayer, kindly grant me your association and the shelter of your lotus feet. I need the dust of your lotus feet. I need the association, and I wish that I could fulfill your desire. I have only the dare, but really not able to perform. I wish I could perform and I could be a pure devotee of Lord Krishna and real disciple of Srila Gurudev Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Van Goswami Maharaj. Gurudev, kindly listen my prayer, bless me, support me, give me the association of your lotus feet, dust of your lotus feet. That is all what I wanted to pray and I wanted to glorify. वांछाकल्पतरुश्च कृपा सिंधु एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। शिला गुरुदेव की जय। हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for sharing. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
And now I'd like to invite to speak Damodar Das, Prabhu from UK.
Thank you very much, Didi. Om Gyanti Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Nam Shreshtam Manumapi Sachiputram Atra Swarupam Rupa Tasyagrajam Urupurim Mathurim Goshtavatim Radha Kundam Girivaram Aho Radhika Madhavasham Prapto Yasya Pratihita Kripaya Shri Gurum Tam Nato Asmi Vanchakalpataryogascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patita Nama Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So first of all, I'd like to pay my humble obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev, Srila Namo Vishnupada Paramhansa, Srila Bhaktivedanta Vana Goswami Maharaj. Thereafter, I'd like to pay my humble obeisances unto the lotus feet of the Guru Varga. And finally, I'd like to pay my humble obeisances to all Vaishnavis, and guests present. So we've come to this time of year again where we've got the opportunity to glorify not only Srila Gurudev, but the whole Guru Varga, because Srila Gurudev and the Guru Varga and their message is one. So the whole purpose of Vyasa Puja, as we understand it from our acharyas, is that we actually carry out this ceremony under the shelter of Srila Vyasadeva and the whole sampradaya. Without the shelter of Vyasadeva, this Vyasa Puja is actually meaningless. Why is this? Because Srila Vyasadeva is actually a Shaktiya Aveshavatar of Krishna. And at any point when Krishna desires to actually expand upon the Vedas, from time to time, he actually manifests as Vyasadeva to do this task. And he can only do this himself, to speak about his own glories. If it cannot be done by another person, because only he is able to illuminate his glories to all the jivas in this world. So therefore, on this occasion, it's very important to celebrate and glorify the pastimes of Srila Gurudev. So one often quoted shloka that we always hear is Tadvidi pranipadena pariprashnena sevaya upadeshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. So in our spiritual life, when we come to this understanding that we need to approach someone to understand what we're doing in this world, who we are, What is our relationship with Krishna? We need to actually approach someone who is awake in their consciousness. So how does a person who is sleeping actually recognize someone who's awake? It's actually not possible. We sometimes say that we've found our guru, but the reality is that we only find guru through his own grace, right? And from like a very practical perspective, when I was initiated by Gurudev, Srila Gurudev, it was only through the mercy of people like Ramananda Prabhu and also Nangamon Prabhu that I was able to, I had a relationship with them beforehand. And so therefore I was able to put my faith in them and my trust in them. And to be honest with you, I only had a couple of meetings with Gurudev when I got initiated. But I had seen, the sweetness of the devotees and their sincerity, and that what is actually allowed me to place my faith in Gurudev as well, and obviously his own glories aside. So this is the process. We can only recognize a pure devotee through the mercy of other Vaishnavas, especially Vaishnavas who are more advanced than us. They kind of provide a hint or an indirect gesture towards whoever is the exalted Vaishnava. So with this shloka, Tadvidi Pranipatena, this explains who we should approach, which I've just explained, and then it goes on to say how we should approach that individual. So first of all, we have Pranipatena. The only way that we can actually approach a Vaishnava or a sadhu is through the path of humility, right? Or through the path of submission. There are actually two ways that we can actually approach reality. One is through a feminine mood, and the other is through a masculine mood, right? The feminine mood is a path of patience, of humility, of submission. And the masculine mood is a path through analysis, dissection, through dominance, control, to forcibly steal something, etc. And when I'm speaking about the feminine mood, I'm not speaking about someone in a woman body or a male body. We both have these two moods within us. When we feel like we want to be the enjoyer, the masculine mood predominates within us. And when we have a serving propensity, then the feminine mood predominates within us. If we try to approach Shri Guru and the Vaishnavas with a masculine mood, so if we try to forcibly get their mercy, if we try to deceive them in some way, if we try to perhaps deceive, or our fellow God brothers and God sisters, the Vaishnava will not reciprocate properly, or Srila Gurudev will not reciprocate to this kind of behavior properly. And we may be able to get some external validation from the Vaishnavas or Srila Gurudev in terms of they may praise us, they may even agree to things that we are saying, but we will only get their external mercy. But we will always be deprived of their internal mercy if we do not take the path of humility and submission. So it's upon us to actually be humble and surrender, to always be surrendered to, if we want to actually develop a relationship with Shri Guru. So the second point is so pranipatena pariprashnena. So when we approach a sadhu, the whole purpose of us approaching a sadhu is because we want to now inquire about our spiritual life. Brahma yathartho jigyasa. We're curious about what is the supreme reality. And the way that we should approach Gurudev or any Vaishnava when we are acquiring or when we have some kind of curiosity is through a sincere mood. Sometimes we see that we can ask questions without actually even thinking about what is the underlying premise of our question. We can just kind of fashion a question from our imagination or from our whimsical speculation. But that's not the proper way of questioning. We should only question Srila Gurudev if we understand why we are asking that question. And then we'll get the correct answer. Perfect questions always give the perfect answers, right? And the third point is obviously sevaya. Sevaya means to serve Shri Guru with humility and sincerity. There's a verse in Sri Updeshamrita, I believe it's the third or the fourth, starts with, Dadati pratigrahnati guyamakhyati prachati punkate bhujyate jaiva shadvida priti lakshanam. So this verse describes how we can actually develop a relationship with Shri Guru through exchanges, by giving, by taking prasad from Srila Gurudev, by asking questions, and also revealing our heart to him, and etc. But again, I guess the underlying theme of this shloka is that everything needs to be done with sincerity and humility. Because if failing that, Shri Guru doesn't really accept our service if we don't have a mood of surrender. If we don't try to proactively inculcate these qualities of what's favorable for bhakti, to adopt that, what's unfavorable for bhakti, give that up, to have a mood of feeling like Shri Guru and Krishna is our supreme protector and our maintainer, and giving ourselves completely to their lotus feet. If we don't try to cultivate this type of mood, then we will always be cheated out of our topmost welfare. So just to kind of, I guess, put more of like a practical or a spin on this and what I've experienced with Gurudev, through the years. I guess like when it comes to pranipatena or submission or the mood of surrender, we can see from Srila Gurudev's life how he's tolerated a lot through his sadhaka lila, and also even while preaching for the last 27 years, he's he tolerates a lot. He's very patient. He's very humble. And even when, as disciples, we can sometimes put undue pressure upon him, but he always has a very sweet way of dealing with things. So this shows that he's demonstrated this quality of pranipatena, of being, submissive towards his own gurus. And then he's applied it, and now he applies it every single day in his preaching life. So someone can, put up an act for a couple of years if they really don't have that mood within them, but year upon year, year upon year, year upon year, for the last 25 years, no, that's not possible. So it shows that Gurudev really has these qualities to a very high degree. Then I guess the next one is pariprashnena. So I guess I've experienced this when I don't properly form a question, which I propose to Gurudev. He has a way of shutting it down. He can either just say a few words to dismiss it, or he just completely ignores you. And yeah, so Gurudev demonstrates how it's very important for us to learn Tatra Siddhanta, and when we ask our questions, we should have the adequate knowledge to understand what we're asking. And finally, with Sevaya, again, Gurudev demonstrates that he lives a life of service, because he's he's actually serving around the clock, to give his mercy to all conditioned jivas like myself. So I'll just conclude that if we really want to progress in our spiritual journey, then I think if we're not humble right now and we're not sincere right now, it's very important that we pray for this humility and sincerity. And then only we can progress further on this path, as Gurudev shows through his example. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhyo patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namaha.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All right. So now we will move on to the next speaker, which is actually myself, because I put myself in too. So first I'll say the prayers. Om Gyanatimmirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I pay my obeisances to Srila Gurudev, Shishavad Bhaktivedanta Vana Goswami Maharaj, and pray for his blessings, so I can say something of truth. And I am paying my obeisances to all the Guru work and all the devotees gathered here, and all the disciples of Gurudev and in our Gaudiya Math. So I'd like to share something personal, maybe my personal experience with Gurudev. And I believe that we all see things through our own lens, and the person can only experience things and the world through his own level, through his own upbringing and his eyes, basically. That's why all of us, we have quite a unique view. And we have different memories of Gurudev. We have different moments when what we remember when we think about him. And for me, it's also something which I always remember whenever I feel I miss Gurudev or I remember him. There are a few moments that come to my heart. So one thing which always stood out for me in association with Gurudev is that he is not an ordinary person, right? So speaking from a very like grounded point, like just a simple point, around us we see like many different people, like some people have very good qualities, some are nice, but probably while when we met Gurudev for the first time, most of us realized that this is something that we have never experienced before. And we know this in Tattva Siddhanta, which is like, yes, Gurudev is not an ordinary person. Gurudev is actually an he is manifestation of Baladev Prabhu, and he is also a Paramatma in our heart. And even before, when we took shelter of Gurudev, he was guiding us as Paramatma. And by a good fortune and by the merits of our Sukriti, we were able to meet Gurudev, and he bestowed his mercy on us that we were able to see him. And again, how we see him, it also I believe, like at least me, I cannot perceive Gurudev's full glories or even see him as he is, because as we know, Guru Tattva is not about external qualities and looks or ways. It's undivided Guru Tattva, and it's much more than we can perceive currently in our human form. Therefore, I don't, how to say, like, I don't want to make any mistake, right, by sharing my experience, but there are a few moments which stood out. So, first, that Gurudev's energy and his power. So, multiple devotees mentioned yesterday that Gurudev never gets tired. And I have had a chance to travel Gurudev on multiple occasions. And I remember some pictures in my mind when, for example, in like maybe 7 years ago or so, we used to travel in India together with Gurudev everywhere. And nowadays, because Gurudev's health is a bit weaker than before, and because he needs more comfort, so Gurudev is usually taking a taxi or taking a plane. But some years ago, when he was in a better health. Until he was always traveling with us together in all the same transportation as we devotees went. So, for example, when we used to visit Parikrama and we used to travel a train, I remember very well that Gurudev did not want to buy him a plane ticket. He used to refuse sometimes because he wanted to travel together with us in the train, and not a first class train or something like very comfortable. It was basic sleeper train, which we all devotees used to go. And I remember Gurudev sitting on that upper bench of a train and just peacefully chanting his rounds. So because Gurudev, he's not that tall in comparison, right, to Western, for example, people, so he can actually comfortably sit on that upper space. And we will also stay in the around somewhere in our seats. And Gurudev used to endure such a simple traveling. So he actually come together with us. And I find this amazing because Gurudev is such a special person, and he have all the facilities to travel more comfortably, but he is still so humble and has so much love and affection for his disciples that he was doing this. And same with the bus. Like always, Gurudev used to travel in the same bus, in the old Indian bus with us, which is like shaky and very uncomfortable. And one instance I remember, so once in Govardhan, we were leaving the temple. We were visiting another Gaudiya Math, and it was quite late in the night. And we all left earlier and waiting for Gurudev to come out of the temple. And we were gathering around because we came to this temple by walking, and we kind of expected to walk back with Gurudev. But it was not a short walk, it was maybe like 1 kilometer walk or something like good, like 20 minutes. So all the other senior devotees, they were traveling by car. And they saw the Gurudev walking to us, and they were inviting Gurudev, like, please, Maharaj, like, please come into the car. And they were always like taking care of his comfort. They were trying to get him in the car and talk him into going in the car. But actually, Gurudev did not agree to go to the car. And I remember very well because I was there. Gurudev told to these devotees that, oh, I will walk because I am with them. And he showed at us. And we were there like bunch of Western girls and boys, like just standing there waiting for Gurudev, just to walk back together with him. And I found it so beautiful, and I still remember, although it was so much long time ago. And then we all walked back in the night, and the moon was very beautiful, like a full moon, and it was feeling like such a heartwarming, such a uh, warm feeling, which I believe most of us, well, or at least I can talk for myself, I haven't experienced anywhere else. So I feel Gurudev is so affectionate, even to someone who is very young or doesn't know much. He's always very affectionate. And one more instance I'd like to remember. There is the time when we traveled with Gurudev to Iceland. And actually, it was the first time Gurudev has visited Iceland, so it was completely new. And we organized a program in a yoga studio. So it was a second floor. So first floor was a restaurant. Second floor was this like a space of yoga. So Gurudev came in and he started his Agarikatha, but people were not gathering. And then slowly, one and the second person started to come in. And because these people, like new people who came to the event, they don't have any sense of etiquette, right? So they were just taking food from the first floor of the restaurant and bringing it to the second floor. And while they were listening Gurudev's Harikatha, they were like eating their food. So for them, it was like a show or something. So they're watching and they're eating the food. And I was observing Gurudev, like how, always like trying to learn from Gurudev, how he reacts to situations. And we were all kind of surprised because as devotees, we know like when the Gurudev is speaking, like we cannot eat, we cannot like even look at our phones, like we should listen. But they didn't know. And Gurudev didn't say them a word. And he was so affectionate and kind to everyone that he even invited some like a hippie like devotee in the front to sing. And that person said like, oh, I don't know any mantras, I don't know anything, like I just know Om Namah Shivaya. So then Gurudev called him up front and he said, okay, so sing your Om Namah Shivaya. So we all sang this Om Namah Shivaya with the devotee. And then later, and it was strange because like here in Krishna consciousness movement, we know, oh, we are worshiping only Krishna, right? Like Shivji is the servant of Krishna and we shouldn't sing like Shiva's name alone. We usually don't sing bhajans like that. But the guy who was there, he was like so much in the mood, like Shiva, 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 Shambho. And like because Gurudev was going forward with it, we all went forward with that. And it was so sweet also because we tried to support this person, who was there for the first time. And very soon he started to sing Hare Krishna with us. So instead of singing Shiva, 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 Shambho, he started to sing like Hare Krishna, showing his courtesy to everyone. So I found it so beautiful. And actually, one of the like most beautiful things to me is how Gurudev is being such a high devotee and such a exalted personality. He is still so simple and so affectionate, because we as devotees, we usually judge, right? There is a tendency to judge, oh, like he's a Shiva like worshiper, or oh, he's this and that. But I never saw Gurudev judging. He is like showing so much love and affection and acceptance to people that they actually feeling that warmth and love. They also accept Gurudev and they respect Gurudev's word and they become his followers not because they are like not because it's Tattva Siddhanta or not because they are like somehow know that this is bad to do otherwise, but because they sincerely feel they want to. So I believe this is such a miracle and amazing thing and a lot to learn for myself personally. So when I remember these dealings of Gurudev with all the devotees, even the someone who doesn't know or like even with myself, all the time how Gurudev is patient, it really it encourages me to be that patient and loving as much as possible with other people. So, and there are so many things I would actually love to share, and although time is short, so I just like to say, yeah, that there were also many times where beautiful moments with Gurudev when his words also come true. So we hear that pure sadhus, their words have a power. It's like Shabda Brahma, and it's pure absolute truth. So that we can experience with Gurudev, of course, in his Harikatha, but also I noticed, and I believe many devotees witnessed, how Gurudev's words always come true, like whatever he says. So it happened to me multiple times. And I will share a short story before finishing how once in the airport I was all the air going to Gurudev, I think to visit Gurudev and trying to learn shlokas at that time, like Shikshastakam. And the whole flight duration, I was like reading the small book of Shikshastak. And then as soon as I came to see Gurudev in the airport there, because I think there was a connection and there were other devotees there, he was sitting on the chair and we were talking something. And then he's looked at me and he said, "Oh, so you're learning Shikshastakam." So I remember I was so surprised. I thought, how Gurudev knows? Like I didn't tell anyone that I learned on the flight. Like how does he know? But so again, we hear always in Harikatha, like, oh, Gurudev knows past, present, and future, right? But in practically, it really adds faith, at least for a very like person on a simple level, right? When you actually experience this in your life, like how amazing is that Gurudev, and there are many instances when Gurudev says something, it's never in vain. Like even if he's very casual with something, he always says something if it's really meant to be said, and it has his words always have a lot of power. So I find this is another magical thing about Gurudev, which is a lot. These things are a lot because obviously Gurudev is such a unique and very powerful personality. So I feel that Gurudev was so merciful to me all the time, and I I am not up to the standards of practicing devotional life or following Gurudev's instructions properly. But I really pray to have sincerity and be able to serve Gurudev and always remember these beautiful moments with Gurudev and words he said and actually learn to listen and follow Gurudev's instructions as they are. So thank you. Hare Krishna. All right, so now it will be a bit weird because I have to introduce the next speaker also. So the next speaker is Yogamaya Didi from France. Yogamaya, are you here?
Hare Krishna. Yes, Didi.
Yes, so short introduction, Yogamaya Didi, she is hosting Gurudev's programs in France continuously, and she's inviting devotees to join her beautiful space and organizing festivals for Gurudev and activities there, and other services as well as I know, book related and many other sevas. So please welcome Yogamaya Didi. Hare Krishna.
Didi. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chaksurum Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnu Padaya Gaura Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Vana iti namine. Vandeham Bhakti Chakora Gauranganija Prestitam Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Vanam Namastuyam. Sri Radhaye Kanishthita Rasayana Katamritam Sankirtananandadam Goswaminam Vanam Nam Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadvaktaya Namo Namaham Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulangaya Tegirim Yakipatamahamam Vande Sri Guru Dinatarinem Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So first of all, I would like to pay my most humble and unlimited Dandavat Pranams to the lotus feet or my beloved Srila Gurudev, Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Paravrashakacharya Sutra Sutra Sisimad Bhaktivedanta Srila Vana Goswami Maharaj, and to Param Gurudev Nitya Ila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Sutra Sutra Sisimad Bhaktivedanta Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj, y Nitya Ila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Paravrashakacharya Sutra Sutra Sisimad Bhaktivedanta Vamana Goswami Maharaj, to all Guru Varga, all Rupa Nuga Guru Varga, to all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, to all devotees, my God brothers and sisters, and to everyone accordingly. So today is a very super excellent auspicious day. Today we are celebrating offering our Pushpanjalis to make a beautiful garland to offer to the divine appearance of beloved Gurudev. And for more than 2 weeks, all devotees all over the world have been offering the beautiful Pushpanjalis and glorifying the qualities of Srila Gurudev. So thank you so much, the devotees organizing this, especially Kunjeshwari Didi, Damodar Prabhu, and everyone for participating. I'm not really good speaking, but for the causeless mercy of Gurudev, I will try to say something, to offer some words, like when we worship Ganga Mata, Ganga River, we offer Ganga Jal. So in the same way, I will try to say something, knowing that actually everything that I have, everything that I am, belongs to Gurudev already, because we belong to our spiritual master, and spiritual master is our savior. He is the mercy of God. He's the mercy of Srimati Radhika and Krishna. They came to this world out of compassion to deliver all the suffering conditional jivas, like myself. So before meeting Srila Gurudev, I experienced everything in this world, almost everything, so much suffering, so much material enjoyment, many things. But I was never really satisfied. I was always suffering. Even when I was trying to enjoy to the maximum, I was suffering. But when Srila Gurudev appears in my life and give his darshan and his mercy, my life changed completely. And I know this is the experience of many other devotees. And also, in my case, my family noticed how my life changed, how my heart started to change. And so Srila Gurudev is very special acharya, very Rasik, Raganuga Sadhu, unique in this world. Even people that are not in the devotional path, in the Krishna consciousness and the path of bhakti, they can notice when you speak to someone that doesn't know anything about Krishna or Guru, but you describe what Gurudev is doing, how he's traveling incessantly for 27 years, staying only 3-4 days in one place and continuously giving mercy and mercy. I don't think there is any other personality in this world doing the same like Gurudev is doing. I think he's the unique personality doing this. And why he's doing this? Because he's distributing his mercy. This is his mission. And as other devotees were saying, he's representing the Guru Parampara and he's giving the message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And as the same as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we hear that he was giving indiscriminately. He's also not seeing who is qualified, who is unqualified. My life is a testimony that me, without any security, full of sins and very horrible things in my heart, he's giving so much mercy every day. Gurudev is a deep ocean of mercy, unlimited ocean. But how we can take this mercy, how we can really receive this mercy, we need to be humble and we need to surrender. The same thing that Damodar Prabhuji was expressing today. I was reflecting on these following days also. How to receive this mercy? Actually, our Param Gurudev Srila Bhaktivedanta Vamana Goswami Maharaj explained that the only way to receive the mercy of Bhagavan or Shri Guru is to be humble. Trinada pisu nichena, tarora pisa hishnuna, manina manana, kirtaniya sadahari. Only by being humble. And Gurudev explained that to start of spiritual life, actually we need to be surrendered. Surrender is the beginning of the spiritual life. So in order to be surrendered, we need to have Guru Nishtha and Guru Bhakti. This is the foundation. And how we can have this? Only listening his Harikatha and developing this Shraddha that is coming from his mercy. So Gurudev had unlimited qualities. His glories are so supreme that it's very difficult to try to speak in my condition. But one of the qualities that is the most impressive for me is his eagerness to always speak Harikatha. He's always very happy and very eager, and every day, 3 times per day, something even more, he's speaking Harikatha. In the airport, in any moment that he have the opportunity, he will speak Harikatha. And why he's speaking this Harikatha? Because his Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj, give this instruction to him. I hear from some senior devotees that Param Gurudev told, you should always speak Harikatha. Even if nobody's there, you have to speak Harikatha. So some devotees, they say that Gurudev was speaking Harikatha, and this was nobody in the room. He was speaking to the walls. And one time, I heard another pastime. He was traveling. I think he was in England, visiting the house of some devotees, and there was programs going on every day. So one morning, it was not a public open program, so nobody came. It was only, I think, if I don't mistake, it was Ramananda Prabhuji house. And so in the morning, Prabhuji said, oh, okay, so today I can rest because it's no program, nobody came. So Gurudev was sitting and said, okay, I will speak Harikatha. And Prabhuji said, no, Maharaj, there is nobody coming for Harikatha today. Yes, you are here, sit. And Gurudev was giving Harikatha to him. So in this way, Gurudev is always so eager, so enthusiastic. And why? Because he's nourishing us. Because Harikatha is the food for the soul. So when he's giving his Harikatha to us, he's nourishing us. He's nourishing our soul. He's helping us to grow, to sprout and grow the seed that he very mercifully give us, the Bhakti Lata Bij. And so, yeah, like a mother is very eager to nourish and to give food to their babies. In the same way, Gurudev is always so eager to give us Harikatha. So, as a disciple, it's our duty to listen to him. And what means to listen? To follow the instructions. And Gurudev says to follow, you need to be surrendered. So this is like the key. The key, we need to be surrendered. And how to surrender? This sloka that say Anukulyasa Sankalpa is saying that first we need to reject what is not favorable. Whatever is not favorable to serve Guru, we need to reject. And what is favorable, we need to accept. And then we have to consider that he is our protector, he's our maintainer. And in this way, try to very humble surrender, right, to give ourselves. Of course, it's very easy to say, it's very easy to speak, but in the practice, it's very difficult. And I really pray. I don't know if the time is almost finishing, I think. So I really pray for the bottom of my heart to Sri Guru and Vaishnavas that I will become one day humble and surrender, and I will be able to receive all this mercy that Srila Gurudev is coming to give us. Panchakalpatarvyaschа kripa sindhyacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo namo namaha. Please forgive me if I say something like haphazardly or whatever mistake, or so my English is not so good. Thank you again for this opportunity. Srila Gurudev ki jai.
Jai, thank you so much, Yogamaya Didi, for your sincere offering. So now we will have a break. Hare Krishna. Now we will have a break to rest a bit, and then we will meet in 15 minutes and continue with our second part of the event. See you all soon. Hare Krishna. Welcome back, everyone. Let's continue our Zoom glorification. And we will continue with Anurag Das Prabhu from USA, from Houston, actually. And as Prabhuji told me about himself more, that he was responsible for picking and dropping Gurudev from to the airport and had the opportunity to serve Gurudev during the Midnapur trip a couple years back, and also that Gurudev always visits his house when he is in Houston. So please, Prabhu, would like to hear your offering.
Okay. Hare Krishna, everybody. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
yeah. So, Umagyanti Mirandasya Jnananjana Slakhya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurudev Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyadasi Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Iti Nam Panchakalpadru Kripa Sindhu Bhai Evasya Patitanam Apne Bhayo Vaishnava Bhayo Namo Namah जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे. So thank you so much everybody for giving me this opportunity. So first of all, I like to pay my unlimited obeisance to my Gurudev Om Asuta Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedant One Maharaj, and unlimited obeisance to my Siksha Guru Nitya Leela Professor Om Vishnupad Asu Sata Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedant Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and same amount of obeisances to all the Guru Varga and all the assembled devotees sitting here. So so the way it all started was I moved to Houston in 2013, and as I came to Houston, I wanted to look for a temple that is close by to my house, and the temple that came was Sri Govindji Gaudiya Temple in Houston, and from there I got the opportunity to serve the devotees and all the pure devotees that came to Houston from all over the world. So that's where I think that was a big coincidence, I feel, because this Houston city is such a big city, and there are like more than 60 temples in the entire Houston at this time. So just how likelihood is that we're gonna just fall upon to this temple of all the temples we have in Houston? So that I think is a arrangement of Krishna mercies, because without their mercy I could not have reached to this temple. So so the way it all started was that I celebrated my first my elder son's birthday, the first birthday at the temple, and the amount of love and everything I got from this temple, that really moved my heart, and I felt there was something different in this. And with over the time, I got the opportunity to do the seva for the Gurudev Sri Srimad Om Asuta Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Centennial 2021 website seva. So that was a seva that was like all the offerings that were coming from all over the world. So I was one of, obviously it was all started by Vishnu Prabhu and his team, but I was one of the team where looking at any offerings that is coming through the Gmail, I have to, and that amount of offerings we were seeing, it was humongous. Like one evening I sleep and next morning I'm seeing there's 100 offerings. So it's like it was quite a bit of seva for us. But when I started reading those offerings, I was very moved, like how's people's life changed and everything. And from that, reading those offerings, I in my heart it developed, I wish I can also get a guru like him. So I used to pray to him every day and like, please give me a Gurudev who can be just like it. And then until when I met Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta One Maharaj. And so when he first came to Houston, I was very shy to even talk to him, because I felt his aura was so much, and with so many devotees around him, I never used to I always wanted to be close to him, but I always feel I just look at his face and was getting mesmerized by that all the time. So we had one of, hello, I cannot hear you, Didi. No, sorry, can you hear me? Are you talking to me? Should I continue or not? And okay, I think she's talking. Continue. Okay. So, so the way it all started was that when Gurudev did his lecture in Houston, one of the Sunday program, my father was also there, and I heard his lecture. It was so beautiful. The first thing my father told me is that the Maharaj has some aura and he has some spark which he has not seen in anybody so far. So that was a very good confidence I got because I was already getting attracted to him a lot. But when my father also, from his heart, he said, because he's a person who believes in God but is not like totally follow all the principles. But the first thing he said, and it made me feel so good. I like, yeah, that Gurudev is listening to our heart, and my father was also very attracted to him. So that's how I started, and then I started to listening to some of his lectures online, and then eventually I always wanted to have a Thakurji at my place. So Laddu Gopal and Gaurnitai, we wanted to do the Sabna, and I wanted that Gurudev do the Sabna. So it all happened that uh, I I luckily went to Vrindavan, and then there Vishnu Maharaj was there with me, and he helped me to get on my Thakurji and Laddu Gopal, and then what happened was and then when we came back to Houston, when I wanted to do the Sapna, Gurudev was in Houston at that time. So it was so lucky that what I wanted to wish from my heart, that the Thakurji that I have in my home is the Sapna is done by my Gurudev, and he was in Houston and he came to our house with all the devotees, and then they did the Narsinga Yag, and also did the Abhishek, and then we did the Sapna of our Thakurji. So it's been almost 3 years since we are doing that seva at our home, and it has brought lot of changes in our lives. Especially initially my family was very less favorable towards bhakti, but because I believed that Gurudev told me just do the seva of the hymn of Thakurji very nicely, and whatever I bathe the Thakurji every day, and whatever the charnamrit I get, I feed the entire family every day. So I think that played a big role to what my family is today. Still, I have some challenges, but I feel if it was 180-degree difference, now it is like 20-degree difference. So that is a level of changes have come in my family. So I think it is all because of Gurudev's mercy. And one thing I would like to say that this year, so Gurudev have been coming to Houston every year and most of the year, and he always comes to our house but have the prasad, but we never had a home program with Gurudev. I've done many home program with Siddhanti Maharaj, Padmanabh Srimad Bhaktivedanta Padmanabh Maharaj, and whoever, all the sannyasis who comes to it. With Gurudev I'm unable to do. One thing is because his tight schedule is so tight, and somehow it was not working. So this time I wanted to do it because I wanted Gurudev to do a home program at my house, and so all the devotees came, and this and it was such a wonderful, like when we had the program and all Krishna Priya Didi and everybody was there, and they all danced and chanted at my house. I felt such a wonderful bliss at our place. I can never forget that. It was, in fact, I should not be saying means I'm saying that all the programs are very good, but this program I felt it was in another level. Every second I was feeling so much of bliss, and I was so much happiness seeing all the devotees. It was the best program I have ever had in my house. So I am so lucky for that. And one thing I wanted to do is I always wanted to invite Gurudev and all his devotees to my house, but and to stay at my place. But I never have the courage to invite everybody of you, because whenever Gurudev comes, he comes with so many devotees that I get scared, because I feel my wife shouldn't get irritated with, say, like she loves doing the seva, but we are not there fully developed. So I'm praying to Gurudev, and I told this year Gurudev that please next year I want you to stay at my place. So please, I'm praying to Gurudev and all of you to bless me so that Gurudev can stay at our place, and we have more opportunity to serve him with all our hearts. And one more thing I wanted to say was that one incident in Navadvip Parikrama, So initially, when I joined, I wanted to get associated with all the devotees there. But again, I said because I didn't know anybody at that time. So I was roaming in front of Gurudev's kuti there in Navdeep in CC Kesavji Gaudiya Math. But I never had the courage to go inside because I thought there's so many devotees and how will he recognize me? So one evening, I was just walking over there, but I wanted to go inside. Suddenly, Nanditi Didi comes outside and she said, "Hey, is there anybody who wants to, Gurudev wants to give prasad?" And I was standing over there. I said, "Wow, this is how Krishna and Gurudev listens to you." I just went inside and then Gurudev gave me prasad. And in that, as you guys know, that Navdeep Navikama is so busy. And that time Gurudev spoke with me like 15 minutes with everybody sitting there. Just me and Gurudev speaking like for 10, 15 minutes with my brother was also there. And then when we came out, Nanditi said that you are so lucky that no, cannot give so much time like this individually to everybody, but he gave you so much time. And like I don't know how this all happened. I was just thinking in my heart that I want to meet Gurudev and all the devotees. I want to come closer to everybody. And the moment Gurudev just called me, see, this is how the mercy happens. So I think there is a lot of power in Gurudev's mercy, and because without his mercy, we cannot go anywhere in life. And one more thing I wanted to say was that one regret I have that, as you guys know, Chaitanya Das from India, who does the Vana Madhuryam Seva. So I've done little bit of video seva with him. He wanted me to convert all the English and the Hindi katha from Gurudev to Bengali. So I started that, but I could not continue it because of my time commitment. And I feel that this is all because of my material commitments and desires. And because I think I'm still very fallen for that. So I am really praying that please pray for me that I can serve Gurudev and all his devotees with all my heart and prioritize the seva for Gurudev. I know I'm still at a very nascent stage and my vision is very mundane, but I 100% feel that Gurudev is the best thing can happen in my life, and I just pray that me and my entire family can always serve him with all our hearts in this life and for the life to come. Vancha kalpata kripa sindhu bhaya vaisya patitano vaisnavaya namo namah. Hare Krishna. And one last thing I wanted to show you guys. So my kids also, this is a 10-year-old kid. So I requested them to make a card for Gurudev. So I'll send it to Balram Prabhu over the phone. But so this is my 10-year-old son did. So we worked on together. And then this is my 6-year-old son, but I helped him a little bit. So he wrote some offerings and all. So we did. So yeah, this is a small seva. So this is a big blessing. I can see my kids are also coming along, and I can see my wife also changing so much in last 5 years. It's like a huge heaven and hell difference. And one last thing, like 2 days back, we had the our Thakurji's happy birthday. So we did the Narsingha Yagya on Monday, and we had pujaris and some devotees come to our house, and we did the abhishek also. So we are continuing the seva, and I hope I can get more association of Gurudev especially. I think I am very lucky in terms of devotees association, but I want to do more seva for Gurudev as well and his devotees. There I am feeling I am not getting that much of opportunity. Something because of my material desires. I know that because if I wanted, I would have already got it. So please pray for me. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for your offering. And your
Mm.
kids' cards are so cute and beautiful.
Yeah,
Very
yeah. No,
sweet.
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All
Mm.
right, so now I'd like to move on to our next speaker, Padmanabha Das and Shri Navamanjari from Portugal. So are disciples of Gurudev, serving him many, many years and have so many personal stories with Gurudev as well, which detail recent years in the Zoom meeting. So please go ahead, Hare Krishna.
That's it. I'm sorry. The cell phone was giving us some trouble. Well, thank you for the invitation. And first of all, I want to say hi to all my spiritual brothers and sisters. We are all gathered here today for this special, very special occasion. This glorification of our Srila Gurudev, and also to all the guests, of course, for the glorification of our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta, Srila Vana Goswami Maharaj. I will try to do my best because, well, first of all, I want to ask for forgiveness because English is not my first language, not even my second language, but I'll try to do my best. For this special occasion, I'll try to purify my tongue. Om Angyana Timirandasya Gyangyana Salakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Gaur Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Viranta Vaniti Namine Vandidam Bhakti Chakuram Guranganija Prestitam Srimate Bhakti Viranta Swami Namastuvyam Shri Radhae Kanistitam Rasayana Katamritam Sankirtanandaram Goswaminam Vanam Namaha. First of all, I want to offer my humble obeisances unto the Lord's feet of my Srila Gurudev, Vishnupada Sata Srimad Bhakti Vedanta, Srila Vana Goswami Maharaj, and also to all my God brothers and sisters, and also to all the guests. This is a very special topic. The appearance day of Vyasa Puja of our Srila Gurudev is a very special topic because in one hand you can say that it's a very easy topic because it's about express what you feel, what are your feelings about this topic, about Srila Gurudev, and also some experiences, also some things you have learned through all these years, but also at the same time it's a very hard topic because Guru Tattva is a topic very hard to understand. But as Srila Gurudev says, Guru Tattva, Guru Bhakti, Guru Nistha, they are the backbone of our spiritual life. So we must understand that this Guru Nistha, this Guru Bhakti, is a very special thing, is the most special thing in our spiritual life. If we try to develop of our spiritual life in this path of Gaudiya Vaishnava, we need to understand that Sri Guru is the most important thing for us to understand first, and also for us to render service. Because Srila Gurudev is the one who will take us out of here. And that's a very special thing to understand. That's why Guru Nistha and Guru Bhakti is very special. It's a very special thing and a very important thing in our spiritual life. As Srila Gurudev always quotes, Pratamam tu Gurum Pujam tatasaiva mamarchanam. Krishna himself says, first Guru Puja, and then after Guru Puja, you can make archan of me. So Krishna himself is giving us this instruction. Pratamam tu Gurum Pujam. If we want to practice spiritual life in this path of Krishna consciousness, if we want to practice spiritual life, first of all, we need to glorify our Srila Gurudev. After that, we can go to Krishna, but only by the mercy of Srila Gurudev. It's Srila Gurudev who is giving us. Sri Radha Krishna is giving us also Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's why Krishna himself is saying, Pratamam tu Gurum Pujam. If you don't glorify, if you don't render service to the lotus feet of your Gurudev, you cannot come to me. You cannot make puja, you cannot make archan of me. First of all, Guru Puja, Pratamam tu Guru Puja, Tatas Chaiva Mamarchanam. After that, you can come to me. Why? Because it's Sri Guru who is taking us to Krishna. And that's a very important topic, because how can we know who is Guru? It's a very special thing also, and it's a very topic, very hard to understand. Who is Guru? How can we know a Guru? Where is a Guru? Where is Sri Guru? That's why there's a sloka that says Tasmat Guru Prapaditam Yignyashu Shreya. I forgot. Tasmat Gurum Prapaditam Yignyashu Shreya. I forgot.
Uttama.
Uttama, yeah. The thing is, you can recognize a Guru by three things. First, he is detached from all material things. And we can find that in our Srila Gurudev. He's a person, is a figure that has dedicated his whole life to preaching to preach the message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the stories, the katha of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. He has given all his life, all his energy, all his words to preach the message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And also, this sloka says that a guru is someone that knows all the Vedic scriptures injunctions. So that means that this guru, he knows all the Vedic scriptures and all the conclusions of the Vedic scriptures. And we also can see that in our Srila Gurudev. Srila Gurudev, he knows the essence of the Vedic scriptures. He's always quoting sloka after sloka and another sloka. All his classes are full of slokas, full of evidence, because Srila Gurudev is always saying that if you want to speak about Krishna, if you want to speak about Radha, if you want to speak about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and this whole movement, you need the evidence, because you cannot say whatever comes to your mind. You need the evidence of the scriptures, of the Vedic scriptures. And not only the evidence of the Vedic scriptures, but the words of the acharyas about Vedic scriptures. So Srila Gurudev is giving us all this purpose, all these conclusions about the Vedic scriptures. But third, in this sloka, the third thing is that this guru should have a relationship, a direct relationship with Sri Sri and Radha and Krishna. But that's the thing, we cannot know that. Or can we? If we analyze the life of our Srila Gurudev, we can see that Srila Gurudev, has given all his life. And everything he does, day after day, week after week, month after month, second after second, is about Krishna consciousness. He is always talking about Krishna consciousness. His life is about Krishna consciousness. His life is about Harikatha, Harinam, about Prasad, etc. Everything he does daily, second after second, in his life is about Krishna consciousness. And Sri Guru Srila Gurudev is always saying that we should approach to a sadhu, to a guru, to ask about, to inquire about spiritual life. And he has come so to this material world to give us this spiritual life. That's why we should honor properly our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Vana Goswami Maharaja, because he is the one who will take us out of this material mess we are living, we are present in this very moment. And also, we can recognize a Guru because of his actions, and also because he has come in a Guru Parampara. He has come in a Guru Parampara. That means that if you want to know a bona fide Guru, you should study also his spiritual masters. Because if you recognize his spiritual master, you will be able to recognize him. What I'm trying to say, if we also analyze the life of Nitya Lila Pravistam Vishupara Sotra Satashmar Bhaktivedanta Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, and also Nitya Lila Pravistam Vishupara Sotra Satashmar Bhaktivedanta Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj, we also be able to understand what Srila Gurudev is about. Why? Because there's a saying that says that you can recognize a tree because of its fruits. And if we analyze again the life and contribution of our Srila Gurudev, we will understand where he is coming, from where he is coming. He is coming from Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj, and also Bhaktivedanta Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And someone one day told me this: if you analyze the name of Srila Gurudev, Vana, Bhaktivedanta Vana Goswami Maharaj, you will be able to see in that name his spiritual masters. Because Vana, Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Vana. That's why your guru, he told me, is Vana Goswami Maharaj. Va, the Vaman, Na, the Narayan Goswami Maharaj. That's why he is taking also the words of his spiritual masters, and he is preaching also not only the message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but the message also of his gurus, Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj and Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj just said that everybody is coming to listen to Vana Maharaj. Why? Because he's always saying, my Srila Gurudev says that. He's always quoting Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj, always quoting Bhaktivedanta Vaman Maharaj, because he's taking the word, he's taking all the essence of the scriptures, but not only from the scriptures. And as I said at the beginning, he's also taking the essence of the words of our Guru Parampara about the scriptures. He's taking all he has learned from his gurus about what they say of the scriptures. That's why Srila Gurudev is a very, very special figure in my life. And I always try to follow what he says. Sometimes I can, sometimes I cannot. Sometimes I think this is too much for me. And sometimes in good days I think I am the best devotee.
Or a bad day.
A bad day or a good day. Well, about a good mentally, mentally speaking. I am the best devotee today. I chant out of rounds. I listen 2 or 3 Harikathas online. Oh my God, I'm super mega devotee. But the thing is, he's note-taking. Srila Gurudev, he's note-taking my mistake. Every time I used to translate his classes in Chile, back in Chile, every time he finished, I used to approach Srila Gurudev asking for forgiveness. Srila Gurudev, please forgive all my mistakes during the translation, the horrible translation I made. And he always told me the exact same thing. Sri Guru, Gurudev, a Sri Guru, a Guru, he never looked at the devotees, his disciples' mistakes. He can only see the good things in his disciples, because the disciples are like the sons and daughters of Sri Guru. And a real father, a real mother, never look the mistakes of their sons, only to correct only to prevent bad things happen to them. But Sri Guru never looked at the mistakes. He's always taking the good thing. And that's all the thing I can say about my Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Van Goswami Maharaj. Thank you for this opportunity. Panchakalpatrivesha Karipasindhu cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you everyone for this meeting. Thank you Kundeshwari Didi for arranging again. We are very happy to be here participating. First of all, I would like to offer my Dandavat Pranams to my Srila Gurudev, Vishnupada Suttara Sakarishima Bhaktivedanta Maharaj, and to all the Guru Varga, all my God brothers and sisters, and everyone that might be hearing. I apologize, first of all, for many things. I'm not a scholar, so I probably won't say anything very smart. And I also, English is not my first language, so I will probably make so many mistakes during these minutes. While I was hearing Padmanabha Prabhu's glorification, I started remembering many things that I haven't been thinking in so much time, like memories with our Srila Gurudev. And I have always had this image of Srila Gurudev of a very strong person like God, like he knows everything and he's super strong and he's super powerful and he's super merciful and he's saving us all the time, because he has saved my life so many times in so many different ways. But this is back in 2016. We were in our house in Santiago. This house was very special to us because Gurudev really liked this house. It's not because it was our house. We hated that house. It was terrible, but he loved that house because it was big. So we had a huge temple room for everyone to come. And also the house had garden through all around the house. Like on the four sides of the walls of the building, it has like a garden. So he was able to walk around the house. And he spent like all day walking around the house while he wasn't giving Harikata, or he spent the day like that into the house. And in one part, it had like grapevines and things like that. So it was a very nice house to him. And we also had like this, what is the name of the flowers? The very like, with a lot of perfume, pink flowers that he really loved, and he really like enjoyed the garlands that Padmanabha Prabhu used to make for him with those flowers. It was a very nice house. And okay, so one day we had a morning walk. The neighborhood wasn't good at all. Maybe fascia flower, fuchsia flower. I don't know, Didi. It's like a lily, but pink and big, like a pink lily. It was very, very nice, a very nice flower. So that neighborhood wasn't good at all. Even one day we were not with Gurudev, but we were doing a program with Sripad Bhaktivedanta Maharaj, and during that program, someone entered to the garden and stole all the shoes. It was a very bad neighborhood. Like it wasn't good. But Gurudev really loved that house, so we stayed in that house for a couple of years. And okay, we were having a morning walk, and in that house, it was like an old neighborhood. So all the houses had like a big garden, and a lot of people had guardian dogs because it was kind of dangerous to have a huge house in a sketchy neighborhood. So we were in the morning walk. It was like, I don't know, 7 a.m. And Gurudev was giving Harikatha, like a very nice and mellow morning katha. And let me check. Oh. Wait, I'm trying to. No, it's not that flower, but that flower he also likes it, and we have done like little garlands for him with that one also. Yeah, that one in Chile is called paracaídas, but it's not that one. Okay, so Padmanabha Prabhu is trying to look for an image. So we were walking in this neighborhood, and it was like a very old street, but open. And from one house, like a dog came and started, and Gurudev did something that melted my heart. He was like walking like this, and he did with his body like this. He jumped like, and he did, and we were like, oh my God, Gurudev, what happened? And he was like, no, that dog was very scary. And he did like this, and he was like super surprised. And he jumped like, and I saw him and I was like, this is the most powerful person in the whole universe. Why is he doing that? Like he's a gopi. This is my mind, of course. I haven't told him that, never. I just thought that. And I could saw like such a sweetness. It was like nectar going, like that moment was like super nectarious for me. It was like he's so sweet. How can the most powerful person in the planet be scared of a dog that is behind like a, ¿cómo se dice? Reja?
Fence.
It's like behind the fence. The dog is not gonna hurt us or hurt him. And I realized that the most powerful person also can have this, that might seem like this is the flower, belladonna. It's very nice, and that house gave like thousands of those flowers by itself. Okay, so I realized like something that might seem like a vulnerability, it's actually sweetness, because Srila Gurudev used to, back in the day, used to give harikatas, like of course talking at us, but in a very sweet way. And he was like, sometimes the Guru shows things or talk about things only for the people that have no much faith or knowledge, so that people can get attached to the sadhu. Maybe sometimes Gurudev talks about the mountains or talks about whatever that it's not related to Krishna consciousness, but it is so you can get into like a relationship with him, like you can hear something and start purifying. So I think maybe his sweetness is so big that I was thinking, oh my God, I'm in the presence of God. This is the most powerful person on the world. I cannot be afraid of anything. And suddenly I was so afraid, thinking, oh my God, he's so scared. Maybe the dog is going to bite him. So I started remembering that, and remembering that he had that sweet mood of like going to a country where there's only like 5 people during Mangalarati, but the morning kata is super sweet. And he started like year by year giving us more and more and more and more, and day by day, like any visit, and day by day, and year by year. And I thought, like, I know I'm not ready to hear all this nectar, all this Guru Tattva, all this, but he's so sweet, and he's giving like little by little by little, and with a lot of patience. And the first year, maybe 10 people came, and the next year 40, and then 100. And it's only a work of patience from his part and mercy, because he's the most important person in the planet. So he can go to any place, and he can be in India. Thousands of people are going to be there. Thousands of people are going to be hearing his Harikatha and following him. But he's traveling and having so much trouble, like physical tiredness, because it gets super tired to fly every 3 days, to sleep everywhere, to sleep anywhere, actually. Sometimes we don't have this. Sometimes we can have, as a disciple, a super amazing huge house. Sometimes we can have a very small one that it's a little bit more simple, and he will take it because it's his mercy, and he spread it like little by little by little. And then one day you don't realize, and you are like in the spiritual world on earth, only because he's having this merciful mood of going and showing you with a lot of love and a lot of patience what you need in the time that you need it. And this is only by his mercy. So I don't know I still have a couple of minutes. So what I was saying, as a like to close all this, we should take advantage of this life, of this moment. Sometimes we don't feel like chanting Mahamantra. Sometimes we don't feel like doing the arti. Sometimes we don't feel like doing the offering. Sometimes we don't feel like doing anything spiritual. But if we are at least thinking about the mercy that Srila Gurudev is giving us, the trouble that he's having, because for him it's no trouble, but for any regular person to have to be traveling and giving your life away and everything only for your disciples will be like, oh my God, this is too much. But for him it's not too much. So why does it have to be too much for us? We should make every day like a little effort. And I say that to me also, I'm super lazy. So it's super important for us, like, let's take advantage of this moment, of this life, of this human body, of this connection with Srila Gurudev. He's super merciful. He's meant to be here for one person, but thousands of disciples have been following him, and he's giving his mercy to everyone. And it's not that he's giving more mercy to one and less mercy to another. It's only in our mind. If our mind is open, if our heart, if our ears, only one ear, it's open to get the message on our heart, that's enough. We just need to get on the train. And once you're in, it's super hard to get out of it. So I invite everyone on this planet to be part of Srila Gurudev's movement, because it's not only about Krishna consciousness, it's about following Srila Gurudev, that it's the most merciful, most knowledgeable, most sweet, and greatest personality in this very moment. We also wanted to show you, with Yoga Maya Didi, Premananda Prabhu from Spain, also Prabhu Satyavrata from Finland, and some other devotees from South America. We are still working on the Spanish publications, like translations, and also the Facebook page, and also the Instagram. And we are starting printing the books. This is a second edition of Secrets of the Soul, but in Spanish. And we are starting to distribute it. The first one was like black and white and very simple, but I'm trying to submit. But now we managed to print it in color, and Gurudev really liked it. He was super happy. We're starting now to, you see, we are starting to distribute it. And soon we are going to also produce books in Portuguese, that is a little bit different from Brazilian Portuguese. And we hope that everyone that wants to help or join in our service is welcome to send us a message. And thank you very much again for this invitation. I'm sorry if I spoke any nonsense. I probably did. And Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, both. Thank you, Hare Krishna, and thank you for sharing about the book. And is the cover, it seems, or is it like a 3D cover? Like some effect on the cover?
No, it's not. I
Ah,
think
maybe
it's
it's the
3D.
Zoom glitch. Yeah.
Yeah. It's what's the name of the devotee?
Lila Sundari.
Lila Sundari from Brazil. She is the designer of the Spanish team now.
Okay, that's
Very
so
nice.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gurudev was super happy for her to join the Seva, and we are super happy too. This is original. Only Gurudev has this. This is not like something that we found on the internet. She designed everything just for the book. Everything is by her.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, we love the book, and now we are working in other small like booklets, and also in big books that already have been translated. And Yoga Maya Didi has been doing a lot of work with us, Premananda Prabhu also, Satyavrata Prabhu also, some other devotees also. We are very, very glad that we can all serve Srila Gurudev. And we hope this Spanish editorial service grows.
Jai. Jai Gurudev. Thank you.
Jai Gurudev.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat
Dandavat.
Pranam. Saribol.
Haribol.
Okay, so we will continue our offerings with two more devotees who are the last participants today. And it's Taruni Gopiditi and Bhishma Prabhu from Lithuania. Are you here, by the way? I'm pretty sure they joined. So let's wait a sec.
Hare Krishna, can you hear us?
Haribol. Yes.
I'm gonna try to say something first, and then Bhishma Prabhu will come a little bit later. And first of all, I would like to offer my Dandavat Pranam to all of you. So nice to see so many nice devotees and to hear beautiful glorifications of Sripad Van Maharaj. And I was thinking today what could I touch on during this beautiful Zoom meeting. By the way, Kunjeshwar Didi, thank you so much. It's your dedication, so inspiring. You know, every year after year, you're doing this service. It's so beautiful. And it's really, it gets you to some other dimensions to see so many devotees so dedicated and so beautifully glorifying their spiritual master. Thank you so much. Yes, so today is a very auspicious day that we are all gathered together to glorify Sripad Van Maharaj and remember his glories. And as Didi was speaking before, I always look at Sripad Van Maharaj and I do not understand how is it possible? How is it possible to dedicate yourself completely, 100%, just going around and giving mercy to each and every one whom he meets, without even caring for any of his comforts, without caring of anything of his needs, or caring of for his even health, his health. He is sacrificing to go around the world and give so many harikathas every single day. And I agree with Didi, Navamanjari Didi speaking before, that's such a great push and a reminder that let's not make this wasteful. My Gurudev, Nitya Lila Pravishta Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, he used to say in the end of his travel and in the end of his pastimes here with us, he used to say, please don't waste my life. I would rather be in Vrindavan and practicing, meditating, chanting and everything, but I cannot. I see you crying and I come. I want to help you. So I see exactly same example Sripad Man Maharaj is showing. And it always, whenever I think of it, it melts my heart to the core. So we know Sripad Man Maharaj since, well, I know my husband, he knows him much earlier. I met him during my first travel to India in year 2002. And I was mesmerized. It was my life-changing moments to see how simple, how friendly, how down to earth Vaishnavas are. And Van Maharaj was one of them. There was also Tirtha Maharaj, there was Brahmananda Prabhuji, there was Madhav Maharaj, and they all showed such friendship, such care for everybody. It was so, like I said, life-changing for me, because I was not used to such beautiful relations and such beautiful things happening. So for me, it was very, very, very significant. So during the first meeting, I remember I came, there was a little darshan with devotees, and Van Maharaj was very nicely just sitting on the chair and smiling and joking with everybody around. There was like 10 or maybe 12 devotees sitting around, and Van Maharaj, he said, okay, I can speak something, you choose. And he started asking different devotees what they would like to hear. And some devotees would say, oh, could you say on the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam? And Maharaj smiled, and then he turned to another devotee. He said, well, maybe you could speak something on Deva Dharma. And of course, those are very beautiful topics, but probably for the darshan, it was a little bit too much. So he turned to me and he asked me, what would you like me to speak? And I said, I don't know anything about Krishna. And he said, okay, I will speak about how beautiful Krishna is. And his class was just so beautiful. We all were just dropping jaws, you know, how beautifully he explained the beauty of Vrindavan and how Krishna is there. So since then, we had this very beautiful relationship of a sadhu and a listener, basically. But later, I realized that it's not only like that, and I already said so. But he not just a sadhu to everybody. He's a dearmost friend, because the simplicity of his heart and genuine desire to help everybody on his path, on his way, whoever he meets, it's just it. You know, it's difficult to even choose a lot of words to describe it. It's magic. And one time, Shripad Van Maharaj, he used to come to our place, our neighbor's devotee's house, and stayed for many, many years. And one time, Maharaj came to our place, and he looked around. We have some little piece of land, and he looked around, and he said, "You need to have a cow, because all this lush grass is growing in here. You need to have a cow." And I thought that's such a beautiful idea. I also had thoughts like that it would be a very good thing, but because, you know, I don't know, we just never seriously thought of it. And very soon, like out of the blue, Krishna gifted us a cow. I could not believe it. The cow just came to us, just, you know, through other devotees. They brought it. The people brought her, and she just stayed since then with us. So this is one of those magical moments where you see a pure devotee of Krishna. He says something, and then it comes true, just like that. So he was very kind. He used to go, always he would come, and then he used to go to our garden and ask, what is this plant? What is this plant? So sweet, and such a sweet, beautiful relationship. And then this year, we also hosted his visit here in our very humble home. Like Navamanjari Didi, she was saying that he stays in very beautiful houses and in very humble places. So yes, our home is quite humble. So, but he always very happily accepts whatever we can offer, and never ever complain about any single thing. Just encouragement. So This year, when he was here and remembering our beautiful cow, him and devotees, they went for morning walk for japa, and they came to say something sweet to our cow. And when Maharaj came and started stroking her head, she started letting down the milk. And that was so surprising for us because she never done that. She never done that. Like cows do when they see their calf, out of love, they start pouring milk down. So that's what happened when he just touched her. Then they all ran back home and they called me and saying, "Oh, come on, Taruni Gopi, go quickly, milk the cow. She's letting milk down." It was so beautiful. And I can see that even nature, even animals, they understand the purity, the effulgence of a pure devotee. And they accept them with much love and affection. Yes, so I don't want to take up a lot of time today. It's a New Year's Eve. Everybody's probably trying to get to their families and have a beautiful evening. So I'm going to call my husband, Bhishma Prabhu, to talk a little further. Thank you so much.
Taruni. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Haribol. Быстро, быстро.
Good. Unmute. Hare Krishna. Working?
Hare Krishna, yeah, we can hear you.
There we go. Sorry. Who is here? Is it just you or somebody else? I can't see the group. I don't know how it is.
So there are many devotees listening to you right now.
Now I see. Amato. Okay. Oh, I should speak English here because this is international. All right. Hare Krishna. I don't recognize anybody. Everybody here is disciple of Srila Bhan Maharaj? I guess. Yes. Jagavinda says yes. Everyone else I don't see. Oh, okay. So, oh my God, I am not fortunate to be the disciple of Sripad Bhan Maharaj, but I'm very fortunate to be disciple of Sripad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj. But my relationship with Sripad Bhan Maharaj is now going to 25 years, I believe, 26 years nearly. So he's still very special to me. I remember Guru Maharaj Gurudev telling our community when we were in very much separation from Srila Gurudev that he will send his dearest and very qualified Siksha Sripad Bhan Maharaj to us for nourishment. We said my elder devotees in my community said, "Oh, Gurudev, please come back. We can't see you just once a year. Come twice a year." And his answer was to send Sripad Bhan Maharaj on his behalf. And we understood that we should accept Sripad Bhan Maharaj as very qualified and that he can be trusted by Srila Gurudev. And the senior devotees came to that conclusion very quickly. Only a couple of them knew who he was. He had taken sannyas that year, but the devotees didn't really know him as sannyasi. They knew him as when he was brahmachari, a few devotees who were going to India. But I have memories all the way back then to when I met him. He was his energy that you see, his enthusiastic preaching was very impressive for everybody. He, I don't remember with the Harikatha so much, but I remember the kirtans. He would sing in nightly this kirtan called Manare Kata Nagore. And he was explaining it in really, really nice detail. And telling the devotees, tell your mind to meditate on Gauranga. Tell your mind to meditate on Gauranga. And that's what I remember from the first meeting. Outside of his Harikatha, he was very quiet. And we were, before lunchtime, he was chanting his Harinam, and his Brahmachari Sevak was doing something, and he was staying at our school, our Gurukula school. And I asked him, do you want to go and see the outside? It was winter time. The temperature was about maybe 5 degrees Celsius and quite cold for him. But we anyway went, and I was alone with him walking, and he was asking me like what type of spiritual subjects we were learning in Gurukul. And it was actually only my first year to attend the school, but I was doing my best to explain what I could. But every time I mentioned one subject, I would get one sentence in, and he would recite the rest of whatever I could possibly think of remembering, like instantly, any subject that I brought up. And I was like, somehow not knowing who he was, I was very, very impressed. Like amazed, like, wow, he just knows these things like instantly. And it was very, just to see that was quite awe-inspiring, I could say. At the time, I think I was 14 or 15 years old. Don't remember exactly. This was in the year 2000. It was actually, sorry, it was January winter time of 2001. That's right. I kind of remember correctly. So long ago. But I never forgot that time. And when I returned to India again, first time, 2003, I met with him and I asked him, do you remember me from Badger, New Braj? He said, yeah, yes, of course I remember. Of course, he didn't remember my name, but he said he remembered me. He said, oh, we went for walking and it was very cold. I was like, yeah, that was me. But he remembered me after 2 years. I couldn't believe he remembered me. And I got to spend a little bit of time with him, but there was so many new people to meet. But I noticed something very special about him. I found very humbling. In my second journey back to India, I stayed longer. I was there during the summer months in preparation for Julan Yatra and Janmashtami, Radhastami, Baladev Purnima, that time of year. A lot was going on. And I noticed every day he would come back 2 or 3 times carrying heavy containers of ghee, 15-liter containers, 20-liter containers of ghee. I forget exactly how big, but very heavy. Every day he was coming. I'm like, what are they doing? And then I noticed that Sripad Madhav Maharaj was also doing. And nobody explained to me what the reason was, but I was like, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, almost every day he was coming back and he collected like 50 containers of ghee. And Madhav Maharaj collected maybe 40 containers of ghee. And then I asked the devotees staying with, like, what's going on there? It's like, oh, they have a friendly competition of who can collect the most ghee for Nandotsava. And they said, but Ban Maharaj always wins because he goes and he meets devotees every day when he's not touring around the world. He's going door to door to all the Mathuravasis' houses and giving some Harikatha or giving some sweets or something, some prasad, some cloth from deities. And he's like, his service before he traveled around the world was to collect bhiksha and to bring word from Gurudev to each house in Mathura, some nice positive words. And so everybody in Mathura has a wonderful, long-standing relationship with Sripad Maharaj. And it's been his service for the last 20 years to do this bhiksha. They're talking, this is 2003. So they said before he was sannyasi, all he did was go and nourish all the Brajvasis of Mathura. I was like, so he's like the most prominent preacher in the West for Gurudev. But before that, he was like doing one of the most physical manual sevas that you could do. Some of you maybe haven't been to India, but in the summertime, it's 45 degrees. And he's out every day in that heat collecting hard work every single day. Not just the Kadasi Dwadasi, every day, that's what he did. And so it was like when he went from that to this world-class international preacher, it's like something opposite. But somehow that was the ideal service for him to do, to make him ready for having to go all over the world to do the same thing. And that's an exhausting service, to travel around the world. And he's merciful enough to do it for everybody, especially all of you. And he'll give up his opportunity to be in the Holy Dham all the time, meditating, writing, relaxing, but he doesn't give up his service that Gurudev instructed him to do, which is travel nonstop, performing Yuga Dharma. And he's doing a wonderful job. He's visiting and reaching so many people. And I can tell you the best thing you can do as his disciples is to not mimic him out of like a copying. If I copy him, I'll be like him. Don't do that. Not with this attitude. But when you meet somebody new, introduce yourself with your spiritual name. Because if you introduce yourself with your spiritual name, there's a possibility that someone will be asking, what does your name mean? And where did you get your name? And then you've opened up a conversation that you can continue on forever with, as long as the person's, interested. And you're not forcing Dharma onto somebody. You're not to somebody who may not be interested in hearing from you. But generally, from my experience, I've told people my name is Bhishma for my entire life. And it's occasionally opened up some conversations about Krishna that you wouldn't necessarily be able to open up if you told them your name is whatever your name is. And Vana Maharaj gives you all wonderful spiritual names, and I encourage you all to go everywhere, identify with this spiritual name, and tell people about Vana Maharaj who gave you this spiritual name. Tell people about Krishna, and I think that's a wonderful gift that you can do for your Gurudev. How much more do I need to speak here? Kek darle Korika.
Well, actually, if you want to speak more, you could, but
Oh.
as you feel like.
Oh, a little bit more, I suppose. So another reason I'm thankful for Sripad Vana Maharaj is living in the country that I live in, where Kunjeshwari is living. Without him, Kunjeshwari doesn't exist in your Guru Varga, because nobody would be around to preach to her and so many others in Lithuania who need his mercy. And for me, when I see him, it's a recharge once a year when he comes, because I consider him like a friend, not like a brother because he's so much senior to me, but not like a father either. But he's just been very, very positive to me for all my life and never judged me for my bad qualities. And he's always accepted what I can do in my capacity to serve him and serve Gurudev. And I really, really appreciate that. And I really appreciate that he's continuing my Gurudev's mission of preaching around the world so nicely and so similar as much as he can according to the circumstances. Because it's not easy, as I had mentioned already. It's very not easy. Some of us think, oh, how wonderful. He gets to go to Brazil. He gets to go to Australia, Fiji, Hawaii, America. It's so much work. He's not a tourist. He's not going and seeing the sights. He's not living in 5-star hotel. He stays in my house. And if anybody has seen my house, apart from Kunjeshwari, he'd be like, oh my God, Gurudev, what are you doing here? But he's being kind and he's accepting what we can do. And it's a wonderful thing. It really is. Is that Krishna Kripa from Brazil? Who is this? Can't be. Anyway, so more about Maharaj that I can say is I'm just very thankful for him, for what he's doing, for all of you, for me, for Gurudev. And I hope that he can continue doing it for another 50 years. How old is Maharaj? 60? How old is he now? I don't know.
Above 60.
Above 60? Well, Sripad Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj was 102 years old. So pray that he will match Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj at least. And that would give you guys 40 more years of association with wonderful Vaishnava.
Krishna Kripadas clarified 67 exactly.
Really? It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. I met my Gurudev when he was 67. And as we know, Sri Gurudev left when he was 91. So there's some good years ahead of him. There's some very good, strong years ahead. I would say any opportunity that you can take advantage to associate, you should do so. And you should never be afraid to ask him a question. There's no question that's too stupid that he hasn't heard before from somebody else, so don't be nervous. Anything you ask, you can ask him. If it's worthy of an answer, he will give you an answer, but don't be afraid to ask him for help, ask him for blessings. He will help you. But try to think, what can I do that will please my Gurudev? That I don't need him to tell me what to do. And think, if you're performing some spiritual activity, think to yourself, will this make Gurudev happy? And if you think you'll Gurudev happy, then you can probably do that activity. And that will make Gurudev happy. Making Gurudev happy is to chant your Harinam, if you can remember, chant your mantras, but to tell people about Krishna, tell people about Radhika, Srimati Radhika, and tell people about, your Gurudev. That makes them very happy. Also, to not quarrel with your god brothers and sisters. I can speak with much experience on this. Don't quarrel. Find a way to be peaceful, because you have one thing in common that's wonderful, and that's Maharaj, your Gurudev. You have him. You all have a relationship with him. So that's something to appreciate, no matter what disagreement you might have with one of your god brothers. Always remember that your Gurudev accepted them, so there must be something special about that person. I'm saying this from too much experience of quarreling with my god brothers, or them disagreeing, or I'm not agreeing, but my regret in life is that these things have happened. So I give a little advice, try not to do like this. Try your best. And I think that's it. I'm with some friends tonight. I'm not at home. Thank you, Kanjeshwari, for letting me talk a little bit. And I hope everybody has a wonderful New Year. And I think the day after tomorrow, everyone will celebrate Maharaja's birthday in their own cities. Try to speak something in front of your local devotees. Try to share something. It's good. One thing that I know that does not please Gurudev and will not please Guru is when you have nothing to say, when you cannot speak, but you're capable of speaking. Everybody is capable of speaking. The only reason you shouldn't be capable of speaking is from emotion that you're having or something. But try to share what you've learned. That makes Gurudev happy. Try to share what's inspiring you. That makes Gurudev happy. But being silent it's not possible to please Gurudev when you're silent. I know that much. I saw Gurudev. He would call on all his seniors to speak, and when some of them wouldn't speak as much, he kind of got a little upset, a little bit angry. He's like, more. You can do more. I want you to do more. I have so much hope for you to do more. because he knows you have learned something. He wants you to share it. Gurudev says, I've given you Harinam. What is Harinam? Chintamani. Is more than Chintamani. So share this knowledge, he says. That's what Gurudev said. Don't keep it in your pocket. Gurudev used to say something like that. One more thing, try not to forget what Gurudev tells you, because so many years have gone by for me and I'm starting to forget the exact words. But Gurudev used to say to us, share this transcendental knowledge. I've written these books for what reason? To share them with you and share them with everybody. Don't just take this for yourself and keep it. So whatever you learn from your Gurudev, share it with others. That's my advice and my recommendation. That's very pleasing to Guru. Okay, I have to go now. I'm very sorry, everybody. I hope I didn't offend anyone or repeat myself too many times. And that's it. Okay.
Thank you so much, Bhishma Prabhu, for sharing.
Viskas Gare, yo.
Yes. Thank you.
Vyasa. Atta, Haribol, everybody.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
I'm trying to turn this off and mute. Sorry. Mute.
All right. So that was our last speaker in the Zoom glorification, the second day, and today is the last day. Therefore, we will conclude the meeting. So again, I want to thank all who joined, all the speakers who agreed to come on the platform and share their offerings, and to Damodar Prabhu who hosted the Zoom for us, and everyone, and of course Srila Gurudev, because without him we wouldn't gather together today to talk his glories. Yeah, so have a good new year, and you will find this recording on Facebook. Those who want to get the full recording also, you can message me and I will send you the full video on email. So Hare Krishna, if you want to unmute yourselves and say bye, you're welcome.
Didi, Didi, you're not going to speak?
She already spoke.
You already spoke?
I did, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't. I was offline, so okay, I will listen back. Thank you so much, Didi.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Ram, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Kunjai Shri, everyone. Thank you. Please, everyone, try and write something as well. It would be nice to record for future